Hey there, let's chit chat for a minute, shall we, about smoky eye. Okay, smoky eye is probably, let me just get myself adjusted. Smoky eyes are probably one of my most requested how-tos. And when I sit down with people and we talk about, like what their routine is, what is it that they normally do, and how do they do it, and then I just sort of can help kind of critique or say like, try this, don't do that, don't apply this, whatever. When I sit down with one-on-one, a smoky eye is done incorrectly almost every single time. And I think we got the concept wrong somewhere along the way that smoky eye is just like layering on a ton of product and a ton of dark product all over your eye and calling it smoky. And that's actually not the case, but it's not a difficult look. It's just maybe difficult to realize off the bat without being shown that it requires kind of a different way, right? So let's talk about them. I'm going to be using the eyeshadow brush. It has a fluffy blending side there and a nice pencil side here. This is going to be the brush that I'm mostly going to use for this entire look. Probably the entire look. I might jump in and grab one other one. And this is the palette I'm using, this quad right here. So we've got the shade Peppa down here. It's nice shimmery shade. Let me try to scoot it closer. We've got Peppa, Lullaby, Pup, and Zion. So it's a really pretty kind of burnt orangey brown color scheme. It's going to be beautiful on blue eyes. Oh, it's beautiful on any eye. So if you're brown, hazel, green, whatever, don't feel like you can't wear any color. You can wear every color. The only reason I call out blue eyes is because it's got a little bit of that burnt terracotta orangey color scheme, and that is the opposite on the color wheel of blue eyes, so it's going to make those blue eyes really, really pop, but it's still going to look beautiful on any color eye, so don't feel like that's a rule by any means. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump in with the color Pup first. Okay, so what we're going to do first and foremost is grab our setting spray. We want to prep those eyelids. I like to spray it on my little sponge, and then I like to dab it all over my eyelid right here and right here. And my face makeup is already on, so it's under my eyelid already, under my other makeup. So everything should be prepped and set just perfectly. It's not soaking wet by any means, but you do just kind of want to let that dry before you apply your product. So just get it in there. And that's just going to help hold the eyeshadow in place. It's going to help prime, basically is going to be your primer. So even though it's our setting spray, it acts as a primer for all of your skin, including your eyelids. So that is a fun little tip. And the thing that I like about it, it's a liquid. So it dries like you don't feel like anything's on your skin. It's not like an extra layer. Like primer can sometimes be that extra like cream or silicone feeling. This is not. This just feels like natural eyelids, but it's going to hold your makeup and do all the things that a primer will do. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to grab the fluffy end of this brush, and we're going to dip right into this color called Pup. Let's check. I'll be saying the wrong. Pup. Yeah, Pup. Okay. So we're going to dip into this color, get a good amount with the tip of your brush. And I like to just add it from my lash line all the way up into my crease. With a color like this, it's a very neutral kind of skin tone beigey color. You can technically put it all the way up to your eyebrow. I just like to keep that area nice and bright, so I just really get it up to the brow bone, but not all the way up there. Okay. And this is going to set the scene of our overall look. It's going to just give us a little bit more warmth in our eyelid, a little bit more even tone, and it's going to be beautiful background, if you will, to our smoky eye. Okay. All right, the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna go into the color, let's see. I'm gonna go into the color Lullaby right here, which is more of a purple tone. Get a good amount on the tip of your brush, same tip. And now we're gonna go just slightly lower. So we're gonna really hit this in our crease. Now, typically you would wanna use the crease brush for this, but we want a nice like blown out color. We don't want it really tight into our crease at this point. So this is just furthering the backdrop behind our smoky eye. So you want that whole crease covered in this color. A little bit down on your eyelid is fine, and a little bit above the crease. And I like to sometimes look down as I do this because I feel like you can get better into that area. Okay? Now we're gonna do the same thing with this eye. Again, I'm looking down and sweeping that from the outer corner all the way to the inner corner. And this is just gonna give us a little bit of contour on our eyelid as we get it prepped. Now, some people don't realize that when you're doing a smoky eye, there's a lot of blending required. I'm gonna dip back into Pup and just kind of clean this up. So this kind of helps blend out any excess. We don't want a harsh line when you're doing any shadow, but specifically a smoky eye too. You want it to be a nice, like gradual build into nothing, right? You want it to start really dark and end light. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna swap. And now we are gonna go to this crease brush and we're gonna dip in Design, which is this orangey terracotta color. It's so pretty. And this time we're gonna do it right down at our lash line. And I like to just sweep it, but when you do sweep it, you're gonna get some fallout like that. You're gonna have to just get rid of it. Usually I like to do any kind of smoky eye without my makeup on, my face makeup. That way you can just wipe your face clean and then do it. But since that's not the case today, you can just tap it on. You just build that color all the way. So this is our eyelid color so far. Let's do the same step over here. And this way you can really pack that color in when you're going up and down as opposed to swiping. So swipe it on first off, but then pack it in. Okay, so now we've got our whole lid and we're starting to get that smoky look. The next thing we want to do, yes, is continue in with the same color, same brush, and we want to just pull this color down on our lower lash. And that's going to help tie in the overall kind of smoked out look. And it's okay for right now for it to be a little dark and choppy because we're going to blend it all out in the end. Okay, we just want just a little bit of color down there. All right, the next thing is I'm going to go back in, same small brush, and I'm going to go back into Lullaby, which is the more purpley shade. And now we're going to build out the outer corner up into the crease. And this is just going to darken up that creased area and also kind of blend these two colors together. This is also going to be sort of where we want our color scheme to sort of end. I'm going to go back in with the fluffy side with just a little bit of that first color Pup, and again, clean up any excess that might have floated up there. And now the last thing that I was going to do right before I did the brows, like I said, is I'm going to use my middle finger and I'm going to tap into that color Peppa, which is a shimmery shade. It's not super shimmery, but it's got a little bit. And I'm going to just press it into the inner corner of my lid. And I'm going to let it just kind of end right there. There we go. The other tip that you can do if you want is you can kind of bring this out, this darker color out a little bit up here to look a little bit more cat-eyed. So even though you're not wearing any liner, you can kind of point it like this. And it gives the illusion that a cat eye does, which is pulling your eyes like up and tight. So there's that. I hope that was helpful and I hope that you like this look. Feel free to use any colors that you want. You don't have to go with the browns. Smoky eyes usually are darks and grays and blues. They can be really anything. A purple smoky eye is beautiful, but I wanted to go in with the rust colors to match my new lipstick. So I hope you guys are enjoying this party. If you have questions, please, please, please ask while you have our attention. If you haven't been, make sure that you're commenting on all the posts and participating because that's what's going to get you giveaway credit. And also tell us your eye color. That's a fun one. We can match you with eyeshadows that are going to look really good with your eye color. And let's have fun. All right, bye.